At age 4, I went to Camp Oconto, a private girls' camp. I was put on a horse. 67 years ago, I could never have dreamed of my life today.
I am a fighter. I really am. By personality or nature, I am a fighter. I get my dukes up. So it's a natural thing for me. I was going to change the world.
Coming to a new country, I was 9 years old at the time, where my mom told us kids that she wanted to take us to Canada.
And being without a mother as a teenager is really, really hard. I was also really, really, really angry that my mom was dead. It's like, moms don't die.
Everyone thinks of changing the world. No one thinks of changing himself. And that became one of my mottos as I decided to move from always having my dukes up to learning to hold my hands out, to learn from other people's perspectives so that they could inform mine.
I think I just kind of said to my mom, like, hey, I'm thinking of applying to York and U of T and Ryerson. She's like, yeah, so if you apply to university, you're going to be charged as an international student. Like, you don't have the status here. And I'm like, what? What do you mean?
Throughout my life, I was unable to feel sharp emotions, like loss and grief and anger and frustration. I have learned over the years that emotions are not negative and they are not positive. They are simply energy that give us messages.
I was like, there has to be a better way to say goodbye. And then one day in 2015, I was reading a newspaper. There was an article about a death doula. I had no idea this was a thing, but as I was reading it, for me it was just such a powerful moment. I actually started to cry. It's like, this is my thing. This is what I'm meant to do. This is what I want to do.
There's the problem with the Leo Tolstoy quote. Women are working on changing themselves, whereas men are working on changing the world.
When I was 30, my husband Tom died of cancer. I used alcohol to numb all those shuttered emotions, loss, grief, pain, anger.
Just let it do its thing, and I realized there are not 7 stages of grief. There are several hundred, and they hit you in a million different ways and a million different times.
York was the only school that got back to me. Waive your crazy, international tuition fees and give you money. We want you to come here. I was like, yes, someone gets it.
Thanksgiving 2002, I brought Henry home. I could not have imagined ever having such a magnificent horse in my life. With a horse, I can simply be Marnie.
We all, men and women, need to understand not to balance the dukes up and the handout, but to realize there's a time and a place for both in variations.
So I also really found out that being a death doula is my superpower.
And through that, I really learned how to advocate for myself. I really learned how to tell my story, which I'm, here to do today.
I'm not afraid. I have this moment right now to live fully. May all of us live the fullness of life.